My name's Seth Lewis and I'm Territory Manager for Ag Leader Technology. I cover Wyoming, Nebraska, and Western Iowa. I grew up in Northern California, went to high school in San Francisco, and didn't really like the city, so I ended up going to UC Davis for college and grad school. Really just kind of fell in love with agriculture. I originally went for animal science and ended up getting a master's degree in ag economics, which led me into precision ag. What Ag Leader does is manufacture electronics for existing ag equipment. So we retrofit existing equipment with our electronics to have modern performance. We can also fit modern equipment as well. It's important for farmers to be able to utilize their existing machinery and just upgrade it and not have to buy new. You know, our bread and butter is in that. So here on our family farm, we use Ag Leader technology in a broad range of applications. We use equipment on the planter, the sprayer, the fertilizer rig, and so forth to change our operation in order to get better yields at the end of the year. At the very beginning, you need the display, the GPS receiver, and a steering controller.
When you get started, you drive a path, a start and stop path, A, B. You can see the green and the red dot, that's my AB line. I drove right along the road, so all my rows are straight with the road. Once you set that, then you follow that. So when I go load pattern, I call that West Road. See, it shows on the quarter, it shows that. Whereas here is, like those are the end rows, my straight line on that end, and these little end rows down here. So then this line shows up, and I hook to it, and it turns green, start planting. You can see we're planting 19,500 because this is a dryland corner here. And there's a prescription map that once we get to the irrigated, it'll kick the population back up to irrigated population. There it goes. See, now we're 32.5. This shows that total singulation. So right now we're planting 0.1% skips, 0.3% doubles. So other than the seed monitoring, this planter has hydraulic downforce. It maps the downforce and shows this is the gauge wheel load across all of them and how much downforce it's applying to get to that load.
The downforce allows good emergence. So you want all of your plants to emerge at the same time, and that's what the downforce does.
Start with an old John Deere MaxEmerge 2 planter from the 90s, and it's been upgraded to a cast mainframe, which is less apt to bend with all the down pressure force that we're going to put down than an old steel one. The same True V openers and gauge wheels and closing discs that you normally have. Installed in here, inside there's a load cell that's attached to this piece, so when the gauge wheels come up, it measures the downforce that's being put on. Then the major change is the seed delivery tube, which goes down through here, and the meter. Then the control module, or the brain for the row unit, is this potted sensor right here. And instead of a traditional setup like this planter come with 4 springs, you have this cylinder that applies the downforce and a valve at each cylinder. Technology on the planter is really important because the planter is probably it's the most important tool. And with the Ag Leader meters, allows you to go high-speed planting, so you get more done, a lot more accurate, even at those high speeds.
This is an example of the AgFinity app and the data that you can see on it. So we're here in the field called Marjorie in 2024 in planting. And here's the tractor and the operator with Agfinity on his phone moving up and down the field. So this is a pretty cool map because it shows the actual downforce gauge wheel load. So how much we were actually putting on the gauge wheels at that particular moment in time. If I go to downforce applied, this is actually pretty cool too because you can see it's sort of a compaction map, but it's confounded by the fact that when he fills up seed, the row units are heavier, so he needs less downforce to achieve the target load. That's why you can't just put on X amount of downforce and expect it to be fine throughout the field. It will change based on how much weight is riding on the planer at that moment. There are other pieces of information in here, such as the rate. So that shows what he's planted so far. I have a soil type map. So it's actually a very complex field, which requires a prescription. I can see singulation quality, how well he was doing at any given time, and this is overlaid over that soil sample map. I can zoom in and say, okay, well, here were some doubles, here were some skips. And also what direction, these little chevrons indicate what direction he was going in the field. If I just want to see population, I can do that. And again, overlaid over the soil sample map. Precision ag is really important for farmers because it helps to increase efficiency and makes them more profitable in the long term.